For most ambitious people, including those in Africa, the new year brings with it new financial goals set to exceed the previous year's achievements. People, including African millionaires, are setting out to achieve goals that have evaded them in the past as the new year gets underway. Given the size of the companies they manage, these billionaires have a dual responsibility to grow their endeavors for the benefit of the local economy in addition to themselves. In this video, we are going to be showing you the 10 richest persons in Africa as of 2024. Take note that these were the figures as of the time the video was created. This list of the richest people on the continent might look different this year, with some well-known names continuing to occupy the top slots while others get to the top, thanks to successful ventures in sectors ranging from mining and telecommunications to luxury products and cement. Get ready to explore the biographies of these influential people, their varied business conglomerates, and their influence on the economic terrain of Africa. 10. Issid RAB. He is a businessman from Algeria and serves as the CEO of Savital Industrial Group. This group is the largest private company in Algeria. The group is involved in the steel, food, agribusiness, and electronics industries. He received a 6-month sentence in 2019 for offenses involving taxes, banking, and customs. Issid RAB bought about 19% of the metallurgical manufacturing company Sodcom in 1971. With this, he ventured into the business world and founded numerous other businesses within the same sector. His main installations were destroyed in the terrorist strikes of 1955. Issid was also forced to leave Algeria and spend a few months living in France. However, he came back in 1988 with the Savital Foundation, which at the time was presumably the biggest group working in agriculture. Currently, Savital is among the biggest exporters from Algeria, providing liquid sugar to the country's beverage industry. A portion of the Savital manufacturing is kept for domestic use, while the excess is exported to different parts of the world, which includes the Middle East, Europe, and West Africa. RAB has a net worth of $2.5 billion. 9. Mohammed Mansor. Mohammed Mansor is a billionaire businessman and former politician from Egypt who was born in January 1948. He serves as chairman of Mansor Group, which is a $6 billion company. He was born into one of the most well-known business families in Alexandria. Mansor Group controls 9 of Egypt's top Fortune 500 companies, despite having to weather nationalization and asset seizure in 1965. Mansor and his 2 brothers played a prominent part in the family business, establishing strong relationships as distributors for American brands such as General Motors, Caterpillar, Chevrolet, and Marlboro. Among his other interests are McDonald's franchises in Egypt and Metro, the biggest grocery chain in Egypt. After his father passed away in 1976, Mansor has been the group's leader. Ever since, he has been in charge of all significant business initiatives, including the establishment of the company's London-based private investment division, Man Capital. Mansor left his position as a businessman in January 2006 to take on the role of Minister of Transportation. Following a tragic train accident in October 2009, he resigned. It was announced in December 2022 that he would join the UK Conservative Party as senior treasurer. After HM Revenue and Customs conducted an inquiry into Mansor Group's subsidiary Unitrack, the company consented to a multi-million-pound tax settlement in February 2023. There are ups and downs in every man's career, as we can see. But this does not still stop some of these billionaires from giving back to the community. In May 2023, Mansor donated £5 million to the United Kingdom's Conservative Party, the largest donation to the party in over 20 years, citing support for Rishi Sunak's approach to growth in the modern economy. He has a net worth of $3.3 billion. 8. Nagb Shaheen. Nagb Shaheen hails from the wealthiest family in Egypt. He made his wealth in the telecom industry by selling Orascom Telecom in 2011 for $1 billion sum to the Russian telecom company Vimpelcom, now known as VN. He is the chairman of Orascom TMT Investments, which owns shares in Italia Online, an Italian internet company and an asset manager in Egypt, among other companies. Since joining Orascom, the family business in 1979, Sawiris has contributed to the growth and diversification of the company into what it is today. One of Egypt's largest and most diversified conglomerates, and the country's largest private sector employer. He has a net worth of $3.8 billion. Sawiris owns 88% of the pan-European pay TV and video news network, Euronews, through his Media Globe holdings. He also created Silversons, an opulent resort on the Caribbean island of Grenada. When Egypt's upheavals began in 2011, Sawiris was involved in the founding of a liberal political party called the Free Egyptians. He made an offer in 2015 to purchase an island in Greece or Italy to shelter Syrian refugees, but both countries rejected him. 7. Nathan Kersch. Nathan Kersch is a millionaire businessman and philanthropist from South Africa, born on January 6, 1932. He is the leader of the Kersch Group, which owns the majority of Jetro Holdings, the company that runs Restaurant Depot and Jetro Cash and Carry in New York State. In addition, the group has investments and equity in the US, Israel, the UK, Australia, and Eswatini. He lives in Eswatini and has residency in the United Kingdom and the United States. Kersch made his first fortune in his native Swaziland, where he launched a corn milling business in 1958. He expanded into wholesale food distribution in apartheid South Africa, and then into supermarkets and commercial property development. He has made a substantial contribution to Eswatini, mostly via funding the establishment of small businesses and computer education in high school. His foundation provided funding to 14,000 businesses between 2001 and 2016, with a 70% success rate. Among its initiatives is a microfinance company that works with Swazi chiefs to offer affordable loans and financial literacy training to Swazi women. By 2015, the fund's small-scale enterprises employed almost 20,000 people. He has a net worth of $5.8 billion. He backs the Jewish People Policy Institute, a think tank whose mission is to safeguard and advance Israel and the Jewish people. He also spearheaded the Shine a Light Foundation, which is leading an effort to bring attention to contemporary anti-Semitism in the U.S. through activism, community collaborations, education, and workplace involvement. 6. Abdul Samad Rabiu. Abdul Samad Isiaku Rabiu is a Nigerian billionaire businessman and philanthropist born on August 4, 1960. His late father, Khalifa Isiaku Rabiu, was one of Nigeria's foremost industrialists in the 1970s and 1980s. Abdul Samad is the founder and chairman of BUA Group, a Nigerian conglomerate concentrating on manufacturing, infrastructure, and agriculture, and producing a revenue of over $2.5 billion. In addition, he serves as the Nigerian Bank of Industry, BOI, chairman. Abdul Samad Rabiu was born and raised in Kano in the northwestern part of Nigeria. He attended Capital University in Columbus, Ohio, and returned to Nigeria at the age of 24 to oversee the family business. This was when his father Isiaku Rabiu was being detained by the administration of General Muhammadu Buhari for allegedly not paying rice import duties. BUA opened 2 flour milling facilities in Lagos and Kano in 2005. By opening the second-largest sugar refinery in sub-Saharan Africa in 2008, BUA ended an 8-year monopoly in the Nigerian sugar sector. The company then started building a $900 million cement plant in Edo State, which was completed in early 2015, and acquired a controlling interest in a publicly traded cement company in northern Nigeria in 2009. Samad was born into a very large family with over 42 siblings, including Nephew Rabiu and Rabiu Rabiu, the chairman of IRS Airlines. Samad also has 4 kids, Khadija, Khalifa, Junaid, and Rania Rabiu. He has a net worth of $5.9 billion. 5. Mike Adenuga. Mike Adenuga is a Nigerian billionaire who grew up in poverty. He was born on April 29, 1953. His mother was a businesswoman, while his father was a teacher. Mike Adenuga supported his college education by working as a cab driver. He made his first $1 million selling lace and distributing soft drinks at the start of his prosperous business career. He established Globacom, the well-known mobile phone network in Nigeria that provides services to telecom companies in Ghana, Côte d'Ivoire, Benin, and Nigeria. He is the chairman of the oil exploration company Canoil. He has a net worth of $6.5 billion. His oil exploration outfit, Canoil Producing, operates 6 oil blocks in the Niger Delta. He holds a Yoruba tribal chieftaincy as the Otunba Ape Sin of the Ijebu clan. President Emmanuel Macron of France bestowed upon him the insignia of a Commander of the Legion of Honor in 2018. He was also cited as one of the top 100 most influential Africans by New African magazine in 2019. Let's take a break. Hope you are learning a lot from this video. Encourage us to keep making videos like this for you by liking this video and subscribing to the New Tourist channel. Turn on notifications too so you get notified whenever we upload videos like this. Let's continue. 4. Nassef Sawiris. Do you think we mentioned this name twice? Yes, you are right. Nassef Sawiris is the younger brother to Nagb Shaheen, who had the 8th spot on our list. He was born in January 1961 and received his secondary education from the Deutsche Evangelische Oberschule Cairo. He then continued at the University of Chicago, where he received a bachelor's degree in economics in 1982. After his father, Onsi Sawiris, transferred management control of Orascom Construction, Sawiris joined the Orascom Company in 1982 and took over the construction activities. He was appointed CEO after Orascom Construction Industries was incorporated in 1998. He has a net worth of $8.6 billion. His most valued holding is a nearly 6% share in the sportswear company Adidas. He bought a 5% share in Madison Square Garden Sports in December 2020, the New York-based company that owns the NHL Rangers and NBA Knicks. He runs OCI, one of the world's largest nitrogen fertilizer producers, with plants in Texas and Iowa. It trades on the Euronext Amsterdam exchange. He has shares in both Adidas and the massive cement company Lafarge-Holcim, and he is a member of the Adidas Supervisory Board. Nassef Sawiris and Wes Edens of Fortress Investment Group acquired the Premier League's Aston Villa Football Club in 2018. 3. Nicky Oppenheimer. Nicholas F. Oppenheimer is a billionaire businessman from South Africa, born on June 8, 1945. He was raised in luxury and inherited the De Beers family business from his grandfather, Ernest Oppenheimer, who established the well-known Diamond Corporation in 1925. His father, Harry Oppenheimer, strengthened the family's ties to the diamond business by serving as De Beers chairman from 1957 until 1998. In 2012, Nicky Oppenheimer made a historic move by selling his stake in De Beers to Anglo American, a major player in mining and diamonds. This transaction marked one of the largest ever deals in the mining industry, significantly boosting Nicky's wealth. Oppenheimer has used Tana Africa Capital and Stockdale Street to make significant private equity investments in Asia, the US, Europe, and Africa. He established Fireblade Aviation, a Johannesburg-based business that specializes in charter flights. A large portion of the Oppenheimer family's charitable giving has gone towards supporting the arts, education, healthcare, and environmental conservation, as well as the preservation of South Africa's rich cultural legacy. The Brenthurst Foundation was founded in 2005 by Nicky Oppenheimer and his son Jonathan Oppenheimer to further the discussion of tactics and laws aimed at boosting Africa's economic output and promoting equitable and sustainable development. He is worth $9.4 billion. 2. Johan Rupert. Johan Peter Rupert is a millionaire businessman from South Africa who was born on June 1, 1950. His parents are business tycoon Anton Rupert and his wife Hubert. He serves as chairman of Rengro, a firm based in South Africa, and Richemont, a luxury goods corporation based in Switzerland. He has served as CEO of Compagnie Financière Richemont since April 2010. Rupert and his family were ranked the richest in South Africa on the 2023 Forbes list. He is now second on our list, with a net worth of $10.3 billion. Growing up in Stellenbosch, Rupert studied economics and corporate law at the University of Stellenbosch. He dropped out of the university to pursue a business career. However, in 2004, the university awarded him an honorary doctorate in economics. Rupert rarely gives interviews and shuns public events. He has been nicknamed Rupert the Bear. Throughout his career, Mr. Rupert has earned numerous awards and distinctions. Voted 3 times most influential leader in South Africa, he has also been named Business Leader of the Year on several occasions, and was singled out by the World Economic Forum in 1992 as one of its global leaders of tomorrow. He has helped create jobs in South Africa and supported organizations like the Peace Parks Foundation and the Laureus Sport for Good Foundation. Rupert owns nearly 25% of Reinet Investments, which manages Richmont's stake in British American Tobacco. The market value of his stake in Reinet Investments amounts to $1.09 billion. Johan Rupert owns extravagant properties that showcase his wealth and appreciation for the finer things in life. One of Rupert's remarkable properties is the Lormerins estate in Cape Town. This estate encompasses 9 vineyards and features state-of-the-art Terra del Capo cellars, the only ones of their kind in Africa. The estate also includes a stud farm where racing horses are trained and sold, and several guest houses for a truly lavish experience. Johan Rupert is a brilliant example of a business leader who uses his resources and influence to improve the world, in a world where success is typically determined only by one's financial status. His commitment to preservation, handicrafts, and the welfare of underprivileged areas highlights the enormous influence that people with a positive change-oriented perspective can have on the world. 1. Aliko Dangote. We are guessing you already knew the next name on the list. Aliko Dangote, a Nigerian billionaire and business magnate, is most known for being the creator and CEO of the Dangote Group, the biggest conglomerate in West Africa. He owns 85% of publicly traded Dangote Cement through the holding company. Dangote Cement operates in over 10 African nations and has an annual production capacity of 48.6 million metric tons. Dangote is not a child from a wealthy family, despite the frequent reports of such occurrences. Despite coming from a wealthy family, he had a strong desire to succeed from an early age, and as a result, he rose to prominence as a well-known business magnate. Dangote was born on the 10th of April, 1957 in Kano, Nigeria. His entrepreneurial spirit was nurtured in his early primary school days when he sold candies to his classmates. The Central Bank of Nigeria offered that Dangote's transport company handle their belongings after he presented them with a cost-effective alternative in the mid-1990s. As a result, the idea was amended. As a powerful African conglomerate today, the Dangote Group has operations in nations including Benin, Ghana, Zambia, Cameroon, and Togo. The sub-industries that make up the Dangote Group include Dangote Sugar, Dangote Flour, and Dangote Cement, collectively employing over 11,000 people. His impact extends beyond the commercial sphere. His forays into the telecom industry and his large-scale fiber optic projects are extensive. Nigeria's connectivity demonstrates his dedication to these initiatives. He has a net worth of $14.1 billion. After many years of development, Dangote's fertilizer plant in Nigeria began operations in March 2022. Also, the Dangote refinery has been under construction since 2016 and is expected to be one of the world's largest oil refineries once complete. Aliko Dangote is ranked as the 124th richest person in the world and has the #1 spot in Africa. One thing is certain as we wrap off this video on the richest people in Africa in 2024. The continent's economic landscape is a dynamic tapestry full of opportunities and challenges. Despite being titans of business, these billionaires are more than just names on a list, since their ups and downs are closely related to the larger story of Africa's ascent. The remarkable potential of the continent can be seen in the stories of these people, from Sawiris' bold investments in renewable energy to Dangote's cement empire that is reshaping skylines. Nevertheless, one must keep in mind the enormous economic gaps that still exist, notwithstanding the glamour of private planes and billion-dollar transactions. The wealthiest people in Africa represent a tiny portion of the continent, where extreme poverty coexists with enormous wealth. As we advance, the equitable distribution of income that pulls millions out of poverty will serve as a better indicator of success than the wealth of a small number of people. Then and only then will the actual wealth of the continent be revealed, not just in the rich people's pockets, but also in the colorful fabric of a prosperous Africa. We have come to the end of this video. Let us know what you think of these billionaires in the comments below. We hope to have your name in our videos someday as one of the richest in Africa, and why not the world. But before that, do not forget to like this video and subscribe to the New Tourist channel. Turn on notifications too so you get notified whenever we upload videos like this. Thanks for watching and see you in our next video.